to Guru Maharaj. Um, so today I got this opportunity to speak about Lordship. So I thought I should grab this. And it's a very auspicious time which is going on. Tomorrow in Jagannath Puri, there is Isnan Yatra. And on 1st of July, there is Jagannath Rath Yatra. So I thought, let me speak about Lord of the Universe, Jagannath, today to glorify him. I'm sure most of you will be knowing about the pastimes of Lord Jagannath, but I thought let's, because it's very, very, really auspicious and really purifying this experience of Jagannath Rath Yatra. I'm not sure how many of you have really gone through or have attended any Jagannath Rath Yatra in Puri. But what I have heard that it's really, really a very different experience. So I will just like to share. Sudha Mataji, have you got my presentation? Would you like to please share?
Sorry, Prabhuji, I didn't get your presentation. You have any verse? I can share it.
No, I have sent it PPT on the WhatsApp group.
Oh, to me, Prabhuji, sorry, I didn't. Yeah, it's okay. One second, let me open it, Prabhuji, WhatsApp here.
So by the time we start, let's start the invocation prayers. Om Agyan Timrandasya Gyananjana Shalakhya Chakshur Inmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Chandramouli Swami Ti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Yeah, Prabhuji, my WhatsApp is actually I'm doing on computer, so it's a little bit slow.
No problem, Mataji. I will just start. You like once you get it, you can share it.
Okay, Prabhuji.
So, so when we talk about Jagannath Ji, so it's sometimes difficult on the Zoom. Like I would like to make it little interactive if possible. We'll see how it goes. Jagannath Ji, most of the pastimes is mentioned in the Skand Purana, in the Purushottam Kshetra Mahatmya chapter, and it's mentioned in very, very detail. Sudha Mataji or somebody can confirm whether my like voice quality is okay?
Yes, Prabhuji, is perfectly fine. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. So Jagannath Ji, as we know, like Lord comes in a different forms. Yeah, Lord has come in animal forms like Varahadev, Matsya Avatar, Kurma Avatar. Lord comes in human forms like Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. Lord comes in the devotee forms like Lord Chaitanya. And Lord comes in the deity form, which is Lord Jagannath. And we can call out Lord only by our intense prayers. So we all know that Nrsimhadev appeared for Prahlad Maharaj. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared for Shri Aditya Acharya. Then Lord Krishna appeared for Prishni and Sutapa when they were praying, and they appeared in Ajay, Devaki and Vasudev. And when we talk about Lord Jagannath, he appeared for Narad Muni, he appeared for Lord Brahma, he also appeared for Parvati Devi, and he also appeared for Indrayamna Maharaj. So there are multiple pastimes which happened for Lord Jagannath appearance. So Sudhamati, just let me know once you're okay, then we can just.
Yes, Prabhuji, because I'm trying to link to WhatsApp because it's a text message. I know. Can I co-host? Will you be able to share if it's okay?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, I just made you co-host.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, we can see. Yeah.
Because now I can see only my screen. I can't see anything else. So.
Yes, we can see.
So as I was saying, Lord appeared for multiple devotees when they called out intensely. And most of you will be knowing the pastimes, why Lord appeared for Narad Muni. So it's a very beautiful pastimes in Dwarika when Mother Rohini was explaining about the uh, pastimes of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan. And she was telling about his pastimes, Gopi's separations, and Radharani. And that happened because all the queens were asking that why Krishna, even his body here in uh, uh, Dwarika, but his mind always seems to be in different place, and he keeps calling Radha, Radha, and Vrindavan and Braj. Yeah. So then Mother Rohini explaining, and she told uh, this Subhadra Mata, who is the sister of Jagannath ji, that you stand on the door and work as a doorkeeper, because if Krishna and Balram hear about this pastime, they will not stay in Dwarika, they will run directly to Vrindavan. So all the queens were very scared that, oh, Krishna should not go away. So they all agreed that yes, Subhadra, Mother Subhadra will take care of the this door. And when she was telling, then of course Krishna and Balram, they can understand all the eternal pastimes. So they heard the story what Rohini mother was telling, and then they could not actually stop themselves, and they came to that place. And most of you know that they were actually in complete ecstasy. Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra, all three, and their all limbs went inside. And Narad Muni was passing by, and when he saw that form of Lord, he was so pleased, and he said, Lord, this is a beautiful form, and this is so merciful form, because you are in full happy mood and ecstasy, and just thinking about Radharani. Please give this darshan of your form to Kali Yuga Jiva. So please appear in Kali Yuga in this form. And Lord appeared. He said, okay, fine, I will satisfy your this desire. Hence Lord came for Narad Muni. For Brahma, when he was creating this universe, again he was very concerned about the miseries of all the jiva. Yeah, we all know what are the 7 misery which every jiva goes through, yeah, in this material world. So one is like when we call it as a body, birth, old age, disease, and Yamraj. Yeah. And then other 3 like Adhyatmic, which is misery on our own, like stress and tension and other things. Then Adi Bhautik, misery, which is caused by others, like mosquito bite and others, our friends, relatives, other jivas. And then Adi Devik, which is more of natural disasters like earthquake and all. So these are the misery which are common to all, which nobody can avoid, and there is no solution for that. So Brahma was very worried about all the jiva, and he's asked Lord that please give me like your mercy, so the jiva can really get some of your mercy. Then Lord said, yes, no problem. There is a Purushottam Kshetra, which is Odisha in the current age in India. And he said that there I will appear on Nilachal hill, Nilachal mountain, in fact, in Nil Madhav form. And I will stay there in that form for 50 years of your life. So we know that life of Brahma is 311 trillion years. Yeah, it's not big. Yeah, but it's big. So 50 years of that, he said he will appear there in that form. And another 50 years of his age, he will appear in Jagannath form. And whoever see that form will be completely liberated and will get Jagannath mercy. So that's the calling out of Lord Brahma for Jagannath ji. Then Mother Parvati, that pastime is again related to Narad Muni. So Narad Muni had the Mahaprasad of Narayan in Vaikuntha. And after having that Mahaprasad, he was in full ecstasy and he was dancing. And in that ecstasy, he reached to Kailash. And there when Lord Shiva saw Narad Muni in that ecstasy form, he said, "What happened? Narad Muni, you are so happy." He said, "Yes, I had Mahaprasad of Lord and I am so happy." And then Shiva said that, "Okay, where is my Mahaprasad?" He said, "Sorry, I finished everything." He said, "In fact, I have cleaned my hand, everything is finished." And Lord Shiva said, No, please, you have to get me something. How come you can eat all Mahaprasad on your own?" So then he saw in his nail, there were small bites of Mahaprasad left. He said, "Please give me this." And he had that Mahaprasad, and he was also in that ecstasy and he started dancing. And seeing this, Mother Parvati, she asked Shiva that what happened. And then Lord Shiva said that, "Yes, I also had Mahaprasad which Narad Muni brought and I am so happy." Then Mother Parvati said, "Where is my share?" And now Lord Shiva is in big danger because he was not having anything. No remnants left now. And Mother Parvati was very angry that how come you can eat full Mahaprasad on your own? There is nothing left for me. This is a big mercy of Lord Narayan. And she was so upset that Lord Narayan has to come on his own. And he appeared there and he said, "Don't worry, I will come in Kali Yuga and my Mahaprasad will be first offered to you and then only it will be given to others." In fact, Mother Parvati said that it's not only me who would like to take your Mahaprasad. I want all my jiva, all my children to enjoy this Mahaprasad. And hence Lord said, "Yes, I will appear in Puri. And whenever Mahaprasad will be offered to you, then only it will be offered to other jivas. So then only it will be considered as a Mahaprasad." So in Jagannath Puri, even today, they first offer the bhoga to Lord Jagannath. And when it's offered to Jagannath ji, Baldev ji and Subhadra ji, after that, it's offered to Parvati Mata, which is now in the form of Vimala Devi there. And she, like in Jagannath Puri, there are two boundaries. One is called inner court and second is called outer court. So Vimala Devi, which is Mother Parvati, she is in the inner court, while Shivji is in the outer court. So that's the special mercy of Jagannath ji for Mother Parvati. Then King Indrayumna, and it's a beautiful pastime. King Indrayumna was very pious king, and he just wanted to really understand what is the purpose of this whole life, and he wanted to do something really great in this life. And he called out all his sages. And then sages suggested that, yes, if you want really the real pleasure and happiness of this life, then you should approach Nil Madhav in Nilachal Hill. And then King Indrayumna sent his chief minister Vidyapati to Nilachal. And it was a very remote place. It was not like something where you can approach by bus, trains or anything. Yeah. In fact, there was no bus, trains at that time. So anyway, this Vidyapati reached Nilachal and he saw this was a tribe's area. So everybody stopped him to enter. Then he somehow persuaded them, and he said that I have really strong desire to see Nil Madhav. Please help me out. I have been sent by my king. So this is a service. And then they accepted that, okay, fine. But they blindfolded this chief minister of King Indrayumna, Vidyapati. So he could not see the path. Yeah. So because they somehow understood from some like vibrations that Nil Madhav is going to disappear soon. So they were very, very careful and cautious. But this Vidyapati was very, very intelligent chief minister. What he did, although he was blindfolded, but he kept some seeds in his hand and he kept dropping on his way. So he could recognize the full path when he come back. Anyway, so he had a very beautiful darshan of Nil Madhav. He was so happy. And then finally he returned back and told King Indrayumna that I had a beautiful darshan and let's go all together. So King Indrayumna immediately left to Nilachal. But somehow when he was on his way, he got this news that Lord Nil Madhav has disappeared from that place. And he was so sad, so morose that what's going to happen now? Then Narad Muni intercepted him. And we need to understand here that whenever Narad Muni is there, he is always to connect devotee with Lordship. Like we have seen with Prahlad Maharaj, we have seen with Dhruva, we have seen with Valmiki. Yeah. So Narad Muni said, no problem, I will connect you with Nil Madhav. So there are two good past learnings from this. One, what King Indrayumna did when he was really looking for Lord's mercy and he was very confused, he approached sages. And that's learning for us in this life. Whenever we have any doubt or any concerns, any problems, the real life problems, we should approach our Guru, our spiritual master or senior Vaishnava. Second, we see from Narad Muni, we see from Lord Brahma, we see from Mother Parvati, everybody, even like King Indrayumna, everybody was looking for pleasure and well-wishing of other devotees. Yeah, they were looking for how the jivas in this age can get benefit. They were not looking for their own pleasure. Like, yeah. So sorry, I just got diverted with one message. So anyway, so Narad Muni said that's fine, and they reached to Bhubaneswar, and when they reached there, they got the mercy of Bhubaneswar Mahadev, and Lord Shiva then said that you take the darshan in Puri of this beautiful, beautiful Nrsingadev temple, and also requested King Indrayumna to do 1008 yagya, yeah, the fire sacrifice. In fact, Ashwamedh yagya. Yeah. So he did all that what was told to him by Lord Shiva, and then he saw Lord Vishnu in his dream. And next day, he saw a big, big tree floating in the ocean. And then he asked Sage Narad, what is this? This looks like very beautiful and such nice fragrance and such nice omens coming now. Then Narad Muni said, yes, this is very, very special because this is Lord Jagannath, mercy. And you can see here all the signs of Narayan, like Padma, Shankh, Chakra, Gada. Yeah, all the 4 signs are there on that tree, that imprints. And it's a beautiful, very long pastimes, but I'm trying to shorten this because most of you know that. And then they called Vishwakarma, who has created all the demigods, and all the places, yeah, all these beautiful Devlok and everything. Then he was asked Narad Muni that please help here and carve out the beautiful Jagannath, Baldevji and Subhadra Maharani. Then he said that, okay, fine, I would like to do this in a very secluded place, please don't disturb me for at least next 21 days. And after that, once it's done, I will show the beautiful form of Jagannath Ji, Baldev Ji, and Subhadra Maharani. But King Indrayumna and his wife, Mother Gundicha, they were very, very anxious, because after 16 days, they could not hear any sound of chisel or anything. And they were concerned, like, what's happening? Is Vishwakarma still there, or something happened? Because Vishwakarma came in a very, very old form. So they were worried that everything is fine. And they could not control their ecstasy. And they were very, very impatient at that moment to see the darshan of Lordship. Not for the material things, but purely for the spiritual region. And on 16th day, since they could not control their emotions, they opened the door. And when they saw, because Vishwakarma said that if you open before, I will not be here and I will leave my work as, immediately after that. And they saw Jagannath Ji, Baldev Ji, Subhadra Maharani, like three deities, but without hand, without legs, without ear. They were very, very shocked. And so King Indrayumna thought like he has done a very, very big mistake. But Narad Muni said, don't worry, this is the true form of Jagannath Ji, Baldev Ji, and Subhadra Maharani. You don't need to worry. And please install them properly, have the proper festival celebrations and everything. So that's the reason, like King, by request of King Indrayumna, Lord Jagannath Ji appeared. Then Jagannath Ji was very happy by King Indrayumna. Yeah. And he asked, like this, you can see, this is the Snan Yatra Darshan of Puri, which is tomorrow actually. This is from last 2 years. In fact, when this first time they saw the big tree floating on the ocean, that's the first day considered as the Snan Yatra of Jagannath Ji. And from that day onwards, every year they celebrate Snan Yatra, yeah, on that day. So tomorrow, 14th June, is the auspicious day when Jagannath, in Jagannath Puri, a big, big festival of Snan Yatra is celebrated. Okay, so then Lord Jagannath asked King Indrayumna that I'm so happy with your devotion. I would like to give you 3 boons. So he, King Indrayumna, first boon he asked, I would like to have no son. And Jagannath Ji was surprised. He was saying, why everybody looking in this age, a son or daughter like children? Why you are saying no? He said, because if I get a son, 2 things will happen. One, he will be very proud because he will feel that I have done so much. His father has done so much, and he will just be having so much proud. And second, my love for you will be divided. I don't want to divide my love anywhere. And I want full faith, full love on you. And that's like King Jagannath Ji said, okay, fine. He was very, very happy, very pleased. Second, he said that please give me the blessings where when you, like in this age, you continuously eat and eat. And that you can imagine in Jagannath Puri, they offer 56 bhoga 6 times in a day. Yeah. The other major portions, and besides that also they keep offering other Prashadam, other bhoga. So every moment, like it's mentioned that, and in fact, Indrayumna mentioned to Jagannath Ji that before you wash your hands by first eating, immediately next Prashadam should be served to you. And that's the kind of mood that they serve the bhoga, and then immediately after they serve the next bhoga, the next. So 6 times major 56 bhogas are offered. And then third, he said, you have to shower your mercy 24/7 by giving darshan to everybody. So no sleeping to Lord Jagannath. Yeah. And it's true, in Jagannath Puri, they close the door of the temple only just few hours before midnight, and they open like in early morning. And even those few hours when they close the door, it's mentioned that all the demigods, all the jivas from other planets comes to take darshan of Jagannath. and meet him and greet him and take his blessings. And it's there is a live evidence also, because in 1802, head priest, when he was returning, he saw one huge shadow is following him, and he stopped and he asked, "Who are you?" And this personality said, "I am Vibhishan." He was at least 15 to 20 feet high. And he said, "Vibhishan, what you are doing?" He said, "Yeah, we all comes here every day to take darshan of Jagannath." And then priest said, "Is it true? But how I will tell to my all fellow citizens that yes, like you come here and all the demigods and everybody is coming here. So please give me something so I can show to everyone." So Vibhishan gave his what you call this armlets, and it's mentioned that the size of this is like a huge wheel of a cart, yeah, chariot cart. So that you can imagine the size of the personality at that time. But that's still there in the Jagannath Puri. So the other three benedictions which he gave to King Indradyumna. Key aspects of Lord Jagannath, there are many, but a few. One, Rath Yatra. And it's mentioned like, see, Rath Yatra is very, very like magnificent Rath Yatra, you can see, really, really glorious. Millions of people join in that Rath Yatra. And when we are sick, yeah, when we are really, really very sick, then doctor comes to our home. Yeah, normally not very common in UK, but in India it's very common. Yeah, but we all know that in this Kali Yuga, we all are fully diseased. Yes, we all are having disease. So when we are having this disease, Lord comes himself to see us in Rath Yatra, yeah, to give his darshan and to give his blessings. So that's Rath Yatra. A beautiful Rath Yatra happens every year. And second key aspect is Lord eyes. He is not having no eyelids, so no blinking of the eyes, because you might be knowing when in the Dwapar Yuga, all the gopis were cursing Brahma that why you have created these eyelids, because of the eyelids we are not able to see Krishna every time. Yeah, so that was their mood. Yeah? For fractions of seconds they were feeling a huge separation. So anyway, here Lord is with no eyelids, and his eyes are very, very big, so he can see everybody left, right, and fully circular. So in all directions Lords can see. And he can also, it's like Acharya mentions that huge eyes also signify that Lords can magnify the small quality of his devotee. Yeah, and he can see that big quality. Yeah. Third is Prashadam, as I told that it's very, very popular, and in fact it's mentioned that mercy of Vrindavan is by rolling into the dust of Braj. Yeah, and mercy of Puri Dham is by taking the Prashadam. If we don't take Lord Prashadam in Jagannath Puri, then our yatra is considered as incomplete. And fourth aspect of Lord Jagannath is his pastime. As we know that Lord always appears in this any form, not to really just kill the demons or to establish the religion, because for that he, like to establish religion, he can just send few like Prabhupada he can send few more, and then like all religions will be, everywhere it will be fully religious principle. And he can kill any biggest demons in this world or in this whole universe by anything, yeah, any natural disasters, and it can kill anybody. But why Lord comes? Just to perform his beautiful pastimes, because he loves these leelas. Yeah, he wants to reciprocate these pastimes with his devotees. And that's the key reason for appearance of Lord in any ages, in any yuga. Yeah. So this is you can see a beautiful darshan of Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra. These carts, the chariots, you see huge, huge chariots. Hundreds of devotees are on each chariot. Yeah. So that's on 1st of July, this Rath Yatra going to start. And then it's mentioned that when Lord moves, like this Jagannath Puri temple is considered as Dwarika, and then Lord goes to Gundicha, after this Rath Yatra, stays there for 7 days, and Gundicha is considered as Vrindavan, because that's the promise Lord gave to all the gopis when he went to when he met all the gopis, after this Dwarika. And the whole Puri Kshetra, like in fact whole this Purushottam, this Kshetra is considered as Odara Bhav, because like Lord Chaitanya mercy is everywhere. So this is very, very beautiful. These are the like Lord's Bhoga. And if you don't know, Lord's offering, here everything is cooked in the natural wood. And there are like 7 pots on one on top of each other. And they put it on the top of fire. So all the pots are cooked like in that way, like all 7 pots. And it's a beautiful, I have seen that place, like beautiful. Pastimes of Lord Jagannath. So Lord comes for 3 different like Leela. One, to break the prides like Garva Bhanjan. Second, Patit Pavan, to uplift fallen soul. And third, for Bhakta Manaranjan, that's to give pleasure to devotees. There are so many pastimes. In fact, I cannot cover even in 3-4 classes. And so beautiful pastimes. So I will cover maybe few today, and we'll try to cover few maybe in the next subsequent session. So this is, if I show you like this Garu Bhanjan, breaking pride pastime of Sudarshan. So everybody knows Sudarshan is very, very important for Jagannath Ji or Lord Krishna. It's very, very close associate, in fact, of Lord Krishna. And one day, Lord Jagannath realized that Sudarshan has got pride. He feels that I am the very, very close and very important associate of Lord. So to break that pride, he asked Sudarshan to call out Hanumanji. Then Sudarshan asked, like, why you want to call Hanumanji? He said, I have to call because he's a very serious and very pure devotee. And Sudarshan, when he heard this, he thought, anybody can be better than me. How come it's possible? So he called Hanumanji. But as we know, like in Jagannath Puri, when we go to this temple, there are 4 gates in all the 4 directions, north, east, west, south. So Sudarshan expended himself in 4 Sudarshan, and he was revolving so fast, and he stopped Hanumanji to enter inside. Then now Hanumanji prayed to Lord and said, Lord, how come I can enter now? So Lord said, okay, fine, no problem. He gave him 4 more hands. And with these 4 hands, Hanumanji could very easily he caught all these 4 Sudarshan, just like somebody can catch a fly. So he caught all this and came inside. And Sudarshan saw Hanumanji inside. How come it's possible? And then Lord said that I'm very, very upset, Sudarshan. You were having so much proud. And from today onwards, I'm not going to hold you in my right hand. Now, Sudarshan was feeling very, very sad and very like guilty of this whole proud and everything, what he did. And he was saying, oh, Lord, please forgive me. I really want your mercy. Without you, I cannot live. Then he said, fine, you will be installed on the top of this temple, and whoever will see you in my temple before entering will get the same mercy like he will get mercy from me here in this temple. So that's the mercy, because any punishment from Lord is also a mercy actually from his end to his devotee. So this is very important for all of us. Many jiva cannot go, especially foreign nationals and others inside the Jagannath Puri. So if they take the darshan of this Sudarshan, they will get the same benefit as they see Lord Jagannath inside. And of course, this Rath Yatra, most of the devotees just goes there to take the darshan, because in normal time they cannot go inside the temple. And this is not like devotee wanted to stop any foreign nationals, because this temple was invaded 18 times by foreign like Mughals and others. Hence they were very cautious to protect their lordships now. There is beautiful pastimes of Dasya Bauri, and very, very pure devoted soul of Lord Jagannath. And one day he sent few coconuts through one of his friend to Lord Jagannath temple. And because he was very, very poor, very poor. And when this devotee offered the coconut to Jagannath ji, Lord extended his arms to grab those coconuts. And when devotees saw, they were amazed to see that. And then Lord came in his dream, in Dasya Bauri dream, that I want to see you. So Dasya Bauri went to see Lord Jagannath, because he was not allowed inside because he was from low caste. So he, just on the Garun stump, he went there to see, and he took 40 mangoes. And he offered one mango, then it disappeared. Lord took it. Then he offered second, third, all 40 disappeared. And then he was so happy that Lord has accepted my mangoes. But the Pandas, who are the priest in Jagannath Puri, when they thought like this person is just simply magician. He's just showing magical tricks. It's not a devotee. And they were trying to just like harsh words and all. But then other Pandas told, no, please don't touch him. We can see very different Leela here today in the temple. They said that the Jagannath ji, Baldev ji, Subhadra, Maharani, all the three deities, their mouth, their face and their hands are fully covered with mango pulp, and all the 40 mango seeds are there. So that's like Dasya Bauri Bhav. Yeah. And because he was so poor, he was not having anything to eat also. Lord came in king dream and ordered him that every day you should send my Mahaprasad to Dasya Bauri home. And that's still continued even in his kutir for this next generation. So that's Dasya Bauri. And also one beautiful pastime of Dasya Bauri, because every time he was meditating on Lord. And one time his wife gave him some rice to eat. So that's normally in the old age, they used to eat in the earthen pots. Yeah. So that's red color from the outside. And then rice like white. If you see Lord's eyes, it's red from the boundary, then white, and then black. And then on the top of this rice, she kept some spinach. And since it was overcooked, it was blackish in the color. And when Dasya Bauri saw, he was in ecstasy. He said, oh, my Lord has come in my plate. My Lord has come. Yeah. So that's like Dasya Bauri Bhav. And Lord really reciprocate with his devotee like that. It's just like so touching. Yeah. And when we see Jagannath ji pastimes, it's like so much like, when I hear really, it's just like I have the tears in my eyes. Like such, I have not heard such pastimes of any form of Lord, where he is so much reciprocating to his devotees. Ramchandra Dev, he was one of the senior priests in Jagannath temple. And in the Mughal time, one of the Mughal king asked him to marry his sister. And Ramchandra said, how come I can marry a Muslim girl? I will be outcasted from the temple, because any Muslim or any other person from Hindu, other than Hindu, were not allowed. So, but he was forced by Mughals, like it was done for our Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Similarly, he was forced, and he was asked by king that if you will not do, then we will ruin this whole temple, and we will create lots of troubles to all the citizens of Puri. So to protect these, all the citizens and all the deities, he agreed with a very hard heart that okay, fine, I have to marry. And this girl told that actually, don't worry, my mother is Hindu, you don't need to worry, and I am also personally very very big fan of Jagannath ji. But anyway, since he married, he was not allowed in the temple, and he was outcasted completely by everybody, because nobody knew that why he has married. People were feeling that, oh, he's very bad, so lusty. And he cried every day, every night. He will go to, because in the daytime he was not allowed, in night he will go to Lord's like Singadwar, which is one of the gate in the temple. He will cry very profusely. He will say, Lord, please show me your mercy. Then what happened? Lord comes to give his darshan on that door. And next day morning, when all the pandas saw, like the priest and everybody, all the flowers, all the fragrance of Lords, everything is everywhere from deity rooms to this door. How come it's possible? And then Lord appeared in the head priest dream and said, because you are not allowing my pure devotee to come inside, I have to come out to give my darshan. I cannot hold myself without seeing my devotee. And from that day onwards, like he said, that install my deity here on Singadwar, so everybody who is not allowed to come inside at least can take darshan of mine. And whoever take darshan of mine, like Sudarshan, he will get the same mercy here. So from that day, like that deity is there, and you might see a very beautiful arti and everything. Like normally Jagannath inside darshan is not allowed on the YouTubes and others, but this Singadwar Jagannath ji, that darshan is beautifully given to everyone, and you can see on the screen. This is the beautiful Jagannath ji, and this is the Singadwar here in Jagannath Puri temple. Sudha Mataji, I have lots of pastimes, but probably I will stop here and we'll see if any questions. If not, then maybe I will continue, please.
Okay, Prabhuji, sure. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing this wonderful pastimes of about Lord Jagannath Yatra and the wonderful pastimes of the devotees, and so nicely explaining about the 7 miseries and the key aspects of Lord Jagannath Yatra, Prasadam, and beautiful pastimes, Prabhuji, beautiful. Even I'm not aware, I'm sure this is very new. It's so many things you shared today. Definitely, I have to go back and listen this again. Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please, if you have any questions, comments, realizations, it's a very nice topic. Prabhu has chosen it. Please go ahead. You can unmute, or you can type in the chat box, or you can just come on camera and I can talk. And also I would request if you all can please give your darshan. Please turn on your camera. It will be nice to see you all. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Prabhuji, I think devotees are thinking, and so many pastimes, Prabhuji. I really like the pastime which you said, Dasya Gauri. That was really so good. And Parvati Mataji, like, so offerings, yeah. So, yeah. And also miseries, you explained, Prabhuji. So 7 kinds of miseries. What is that last misery? I couldn't. Body and Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika is 4, right, Prabhuji? And what are the 7?
So body, like I just gave as a acronym. So body is like birth, old age, disease, and last one was Yamraj. Yeah, we say birth, old age, death, and disease and death. Yeah, that's mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. So these are the 4, and then 3 are Adhyatmik, which is created by on our own, like stress and all. Then Adi Bhaudik, which is created by others, like mosquito bite or our other jivas. And third is Adi Devik, which is created by nature. So like earthquake or tsunami or these kind of things. So these 7, are there.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you. I thought like body, everything means it's like 1. So, I think Vrindavan Prabhuji has like a comment. Hare Krishna, all glories, dear Prabhu. Very nice presentation. Your servant, Rishabha Das.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Devotees.
Jagannath Prabhu. Sorry, Siddha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Guru Maharaj. I just wanted to say that you explain it so beautifully. Pastime of Jagannath Prabhu. Absolutely amazing. And quite few actually I didn't even know. Especially the Parvati Mata. And that was I never heard of that before. So thank you so much. And it's so amazing, so many points to take away, but I think the one I really caught straight away, that how Lord Jagannath loves his devotee. And I think for us to learn, isn't it the same thing, that to be merciful, how he is merciful to the devotee, and how he's, he's the Lord of the universe, and he's always all the pastimes is, you can see that he's taking care of his devotee with really loving care, isn't it? Showing all these different pastimes. So I think for me, it's just I think for me as a Vaishnava, isn't it? We all need to learn that taking care of the devotees. I think another Vaishnavas, that's just such a big thinking point for me. Thank you so much, Prabhu. I really appreciate it. I need to go back and listen again. Absolutely wonderful class. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. And I think it's also important for us to understand that Lord Chaitanya, he spent last 18 years, like 24 years, in fact, in the sannyas life, and 18 years completely in Jagannath Puri, in Gambhira. So we need to understand that Lord Jagannath, he is in form of Krishna, but in separation of Radharani. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he appeared, he was Krishna, like in mood of Radharani, but in separation of Krishna. Yeah. So it's like when Lord Chaitanya see Lord Jagannath in the temple, he was completely in ecstasy. Panda could not understand. Panda could not like what's really going on here. Yeah. And Lord was in complete ecstasy because Jagannath was so happy to see him because he's looking for Radharani, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so happy because he's looking for Krishna. So they both just like in full ecstasy. Yeah. So that's, in fact, Prabhupada also so merciful. If we see, one of the most important thing which he did among many other things, that he brought this Rath Yatra to everyone. Yeah. And many Panda, when he started in San Francisco first Rath Yatra, many Panda opposed that why you are doing this? This is only for, this should happen only in Puri. And then our Prabhupada said that no, his name is Jagannath. Jagannath means Nath of Jag, like a Lord of the universe. He is not just Lord of the Odisha. He has to give darshan to everyone. He has to show the mercy to everyone. And because of Prabhupada mercy, every city, every major city, I would say at least, in every country is having Rath Yatra. So that's really to just take the blessings and darshan of Jagannath, because he is fully in, like that's, I heard from Maharaj, that Lord Jagannath is in full happy and ecstasy mood. If we want anything from Krishna, you just ask from Jagannath, because he is so happy mood. He will give everything. Just you want, yeah, take it. Like he is so much like in happy mood. So very easy to please Lord Jagannath. And it's not that we need to have any material desires. I'm not saying that, but point is that he just satisfies Lord desires and he is so reciprocating. Like other pastimes also, I remember like this Lalli Mata. Yeah, she was just serving. She was so poor. Yeah, and she was not having anything to offer to Lord. And she was just bringing some neem paste and some herbal paste every day to Lord. And when Panda came to know that she is giving just herbs, they stopped her. No, you can't bring. And then Jagannathji appeared in Lalli Mata dream that my tummy is having so much pain. Mata, please give me this paste. I cannot survive without your paste. And then immediately appeared in chief priest dream, saying, how come you can stop my main devotee? Immediately give me this paste, otherwise I am not going to eat anything from tomorrow. So next day onwards, in Jagannath Puri temple, especially, it's one thing which I learned. Normally in our ISKCON, we have Pancharatrika Vidhi to do the deity worship. But they don't follow any such kind of, because they are, whatever Leela happens, they start and include that in their everyday activity. So from that day onwards, even now, after Prashadam, after Bhoga, they offer this neem and herbal paste, like 21, 25 herbs are added in this, and that's offered to Jagannath. Yeah. So Lord Jagannath, when we hear these pastimes, it looks like it's so touching, it's so reciprocating. Everything is just looking for his devotee mercy, just want to please the Lords. Yeah. So as I said, like Lords want to break the pride, Lords want to please his devotee, and Lords want to uplift the fallen soul. Many beautiful pastime, like one, because there is some time, there are no questions. So I remember like this, to break the pride, one person, he was very rich. Yeah. And at that time, like it's like in the AD, yeah, several hundreds years back. Yeah. So he came and he said, I want to offer this 100,000, 1 lakh rupee to my Lord. And he has to consume, like he asked all Panda, in fact, he challenged, you buy something, whatever, for Lord's satisfaction, but you have to buy in 1 day. Yeah. And so everybody was very confused. And this Lord's normally, Jagannath, all the pastimes, he reciprocates with his devotee in dreams. Yeah. So he came, like head priest was very confused. He was praying to Lord, what I should do. He came in his dream and he said, ask him to get one betel leaf, like pan, yeah, and in that betel leaf, he should get one pearl, and that pearl which is on the head of elephant. And this pearl, this very precious pearl, comes in very like once in hundreds of thousands. Like you see 100,000 elephants, and you in that head, if you just get it, only one will be there. It's very, very rare. And now they asked next day, you get that? He was amazed. He was so, how come I can offer? I need millions for that. I don't have that much Lakshmi. But he was completely understood that your Lord is so like merciful and so great. Like I am nowhere actually close to that. And Lord's really reciprocate all this. So he just break the pride. There are so many pastimes, even like for our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, yeah, pastimes, everybody will be knowing that when he was born, yeah, because Bhakti Vinod Thakur was praying to Lord that send me a very beautiful soul, and he sent that. He was born when this Rath Yatra was happening, just outside his house, yeah, cart stopped, and everybody tried to move. It could not move. They could not move. Yeah. And there are so many such pastimes in Lord's Rath Yatra, because Rath Yatra, like all chariots moves with Lord's will. Nobody can move really left or right. Many times it has happened. Yeah. Lords will stop for a few days, like nobody can even move. So for 3 days, they could not move. And then Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, mother, yeah, she brought Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur in her lap, and she thought, cart is here, I should get the mercy of Lord. And the time she took in the cart, immediately his garland fell down on the Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and just after that, cart could move. So Lord is so reciprocating. So many pastimes where see devotees, like they were coming from long distant place, and they were saying, Lord, I can't see you now. And cart stopped. When they came, took the darshan, cart continued. So Lord is so much merciful here. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to, because I am having so many, I'm just full of so many pastimes. So I can continue for 2 hours.
Beautiful, Prabhuji, beautiful pastimes. We would like to hear more. You can share, Prabhuji. We are really looking forward to hear more and more. Devotees, any more questions? any more realizations you'd like to share?
We just want to hear more pastimes.
Yes.
Okay. I will tell this pastime of even Ramanujacharya worship. Yeah, that's a beautiful pastime. Like what Lord can do, we can't even imagine. Yeah. So one day it was mentioned that because, as I said, in the temple they do deity worship in a very different way. Yeah? It's not like with Pancharatrika Vidhi or something. So when Ramanujacharya heard that, he said, "No, I am going to." He convinced king that I will do this service in a different way. Yeah, and I will bring my all devotees, my all the followers, and they will perform. They will show in a different this deity worship process. And all the devotees, like all the pandas, they were so displeased or like unhappy that now their whole service is going to go away. Yeah, it's like we see panda in an external mood that they are so sometimes they are popular for different behaviors, but we need to also understand that these pandas are very special souls. Yeah, most of these pandas are very special souls which are having this opportunity to serve Lord, yeah, directly. So they were praying to Lord. In fact, few were just like in a gopi mood, cursing Lord that you are like black, you are really black from your heart. How come you can just like ignore us and allowing somebody else, outsider, to come and do the worship? We are really displeased with you. Yeah. Then what happened? Ramanujacharya was supposed to come next day. Yeah. In the dream, like he came to Puri, he reached to Puri border, and he was taking the rest. In the night, Lord shifted him to Vishakhapatnam. And that's one place called, if I'm not wrong, Shikhakulam, something like Shikhakulam. Yeah. And when Ramanujacharya woke up, he realized that he's not in Puri, he's some different, like in a forest. And he saw, what's this? Like a desert, like very different place. And then he could not come, like everybody was waiting for his arrival, but he could not come. So king said, all the pandas, please continue your normal worship. Yeah. And this Ramanujacharya, he saw different people, like there's a different long pastime that he saw Kurma form of Lord there, and he installed the deity of Kurma Dev there, and he, like that deity is very popular, and that worship is still happens in that place. And then Lord gave the dream, his darshan in dream to Ramanujacharya that no, I cannot upset my devotee. You may have very different, very nice, opulent way of worshipping me, but I am happy with the way my devotee are worshipping me. So please don't bring any new way of worshipping. I am happy. I don't want to upset my devotees. I cannot see their tears and that mood of separation. So that's Lord Jagannath really. And in fact, like one beautiful Talichamaha Mahapatra priest, yeah, he was praying to Lord, you are in this form, but I can't see your beautiful curly hairs like which you used to have in the Vrindavan. I wish you could have that beautiful curly hairs. So he was like, he was a head priest. And these people, when we say, like when we ask from Lord our desires and our devotion versus their desires and devotion is a different level. Yeah, they are Uttam Adhikari, first class devotee, and he was just crying. So next day he saw when he was doing the worship, Lord is having full curly hairs. Yeah, and there was a tradition that the first garland, from the Lordship is offered to king. Yeah, like. So that Lord's garland was sent to king. And when king saw this, there was one long hair. And he was very upset. He thought, because Jagannath is not having any hair, so how come this hair is here in this? Either this has been touched by one Mataji and then it's being offered to me, or this is like something wrong. Yeah, it's not very pure. He was very upset. He called priest and he said, you are going to be punished. And you are not going to be going to serve here. And all these pastimes, first thing we need to understand, this is not just somebody who has just said that today morning I got the, last night I got a dream and then, I saw this. No. This is all mentioned in one of the very auspicious book. It's called Madala Panchika. Yeah, and they keep it very secure, like under the ground, so that nobody can. And they open only after the full moon day, and whatever pastimes happens, they write on that, like from the head priest and kings and others. Yeah. So then this priest was so scared. In fact, he got the poison next to him. He said, Lord, because I am going to be penalized for this, I cannot feel like any other way. I have to consume this poison. I don't see any other option. And then anyway, next day morning, king came. He said, like, he explained all this, that Lord is having here, and king was saying, you are in the dream. Have you taken any drugs or something? What kind of things you are talking? Then anyway, king came next day morning, and he could see hair. He thought priest, just to safeguard himself, he has put these hairs. Yeah. So he tried to drag, pull the story. He would try to pull the hairs. The time he pulled the hair, immediately blood came from the Lord's hair, and he was so bewildered and so feeling so sorry, and he immediately fell down the feet of this priest, and he said, I'm really sorry. And Lord immediately gave him that dream, don't touch my devotee, yeah, please, you have upset. And there is another pastime, that what happened with king and all, but Lord is so merciful, so reciprocating all this, and I can go on.
Beautiful, beautiful, Prabhu. And so nicely explained the devotee Uttama Adhikaris, the relationship between, how Lord pleases the devotees. That was very nice. Yeah.
And Jagannath temple, every night before they put Lords to the rest, of course, Lord is not in the rest, as I mentioned earlier. He is discussing with, meeting with all the jivas of other planets. But for our material purpose, they put Jayadev Goswami Geeta Gobind. Yeah, they play that. Then Lords take the rest. So every day in the evening they put that. So this Geet Govind is very, very dear to Lord Jagannath, which was written by Jayadev. One another beautiful pastime.
So many things we learned today. So many beautiful pastimes we heard. It's 1 hour past. Devotees, definitely we don't want to stop you, Prabhu. We want to hear more and more, but just being conscious of time. So devotees, you like to share any last minute realizations or any comments for this session?
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. Wonderful pastimes. We want to hear more and more and more. Come back and speak more and more pastimes next time.
Sure, Prabhu. I will take your instruction. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I also request devotees, since tomorrow is the Snan Yatra day in Jagannath Puri, and 1st of July is the Rath Yatra, meditate on Lordship in wherever you are, in whatever form you can. They are very auspicious days, and Lord is very merciful in these days. So thank you. Thanks. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this wonderful pastimes. Definitely we'll meditate on these things, and tomorrow, as an auspicious day, we'll listen to your nectar again tomorrow. It will help us to connect to Lord again deeply. Yeah. So devotees, thank you so much again for joining this call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya patipanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namo ananta koti vaishnav vrindiki.
Thank you, Vrindavan Prabhu. Looking forward to the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'll stop the recording.